welcome to Refresh Daily, where you can find tips, encouragement, and fabulous ideas for building a life enhancing, joy filled creative practice that will lift your spirit and leave you feeling fabulous. I'm Dawn Herring, your host, creative visionary, and founder of Refresh with Dawn Herring, where finding joy takes center stage.
Are you ready to listen to the message you are given that tells you what will make your heart sing? Pay close attention and create yourself a haven of delight and jubilation for your day. Imagine an hour that is fun, spontaneous, intuitive, playful, dynamic, lighthearted, and just plain joyful. Welcome to the Joy Appointment, the one appointment you'll want to keep. You'll have 60 minutes of one-to-one time with me as we celebrate your wins, have fun with your favorites, play with some customized prompts, and engage in the Joy Finder game, which is the new card deck that I've created just for you to help you initiate more joy in your everyday life. If you would like to schedule a joy appointment with me, just go to my website at dawnherring.net and we will focus on you and your joys. Episode 4, What a Bird Told Me. Since I moved into my new abode, I had noticed that there was a bird out in the backyard attempting to build a nest on top of the electrical box on the outside brick. And every time this bird came over and started putting stuff on there to build a nest, guess what would happen? The wind would blow it away. Yes. And this bird kept coming back over and over again for probably over 2 weeks' time, attempting to build a new nest every time it came because the wind kept blowing it away. And I was absolutely confounded by the persistence of this bird and whether or not this bird was going to succeed in building the nest. And I have been keeping an eye on it every day to see what's going on. Well, guess what? Just a few days ago, I noticed that there's a nest there. A full-scale, full-size nest sitting on top of the electrical box. And I have seen that bird coming in and sitting in it and doing its thing. And I have been like, wow. So after all this time of persisting and just keeping at it, no matter how many times it got knocked down or blown over or whatever, this bird just kept coming back and saying, I am going to build this nest no matter what it takes. And she did. I was absolutely amazed. And so there's a nest there. And every time I look at it, I say to myself, wow, what does this have to teach me? What is this bird telling me? At first I was thinking, well, maybe it's telling me that when you keep trying to do the same thing over and over again and it's not working, that maybe you should try a new approach, right? You know, similar to when we try to engage and do something that we want to do that gives us space to create, and yet no matter how many times we do it, we just keep failing at it and it's just not working out the way we want it to, right? And then when I saw that she actually managed to build that nest, and it's still there today, then I began to realize, well, maybe she's trying to tell me that if you persist long enough, and when you know that you're following your heart and doing what you're supposed to do, when you're following your intuition and you're taking as many steps as you need to make something happen, that eventually you'll succeed. So what I want to leave you with today is that you will recognize when you're following your intuitive impulses and when it's appropriate for you to keep at it and to keep at it and to keep at it until you actually succeed at what you put your hand to. Yes, it can be sometimes difficult to figure out whether you're wasting your time or whether you need to be persistent. So I will leave you with this journaling prompt. When it comes to making a decision about doing something that really means a lot to you, what's the first sign that comes to your mind that makes you feel like this is what you should be doing? And you can keep a track record of how you feel about these intuitive impulses and see what happens when you follow through on them, even if you get frustrated, even if you don't succeed right away. Keep track of this in your journal. And when you do finally manage to accomplish what you've set out to do, be sure to celebrate your win. Yes. So enjoy this time as you look ahead to what you want to do and how you want to build your creative life. And don't give up in the face of resistance when you know you're following your heart. If you're looking for a resource that can make self-care more visible and doable, and you really want to make space for creative expression, or if you're struggling with a creative block or simply don't know where to begin, then my course, 7 Steps to Creative Clarity, might just be your solution, your catalyst toward creating positive change that leads to personal empowerment. My aim and goal with 7 Steps to Creative Clarity is to open wide the doors to your creative path to joy so you can uncover and discover what it is your soul craves. Filled with prompts and exercises for journaling, art journaling, and doodling, this course can be the fun impetus toward finding and initiating the most satisfying and sustaining place for your creative heart. You can go to www.dawnherring.net to get more information on 7 Steps to Creative Clarity, or contact me direct at refreshwithdawnherring@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. Find creative flow and appreciate yourself for who you are as a creative being through 7 Steps to Creative Clarity, a fun, inspiring path to your creative heart.
To keep up to date with events happening here at Refresh with Dawn Herring and to get more joy in your inbox, you're welcome to go to my website at www.dawnherring.net to sign up for the Joy Finder, which is my newsletter. Thanks for listening and subscribing to Refresh Daily Podcast, and may joy find you in the most unexpected places.